So let's talk a little bit about posing characters, and this is just one way that you could do this. And here I have this is a work in progress of one of our characters for the kit. It's our female version, but this is a work in progress. But this at a place where you can start using it to maybe um, put it in scenes and paintings and stuff like that, and post it and have some sort of character in our scene for scaling purposes instead of just painting a new one. And so normally you will have a character when you create it in a T pose like this, right? Or A pose. And this is a great way for our process that we are going to be doing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Mixamo. And Mixamo is a Adobe product that you will have access to as you're um, part of your uh, Adobe set of software. Now, when you go in here, you're gonna see that you will have a lot of characters and animations and stuff like that. But if you go over here to the right to upload character, you can upload your OBJ or um, or 3D file into this, and that usually takes a little while. So I went ahead and did it just so we don't have to wait. But you will get something like this where now you're gonna start placing these markers into the different areas of the character. So the wrist, the elbows, knees, maybe somewhere here, and the groin over here. Maybe something like that, right? And once you set that up, you can go to next, right? And it's gonna do the whole auto rigging. That's gonna take also a little bit while. But once that's done, they're gonna know, Mixamo is gonna place your character into this window where it's gonna be ready for your animations. And so you can go to animations here and find the animations that you want. And what I like doing is I like to select an animation that I like instead of see it, right? And see by the frames. Now this one doesn't move too much, but maybe this pose is like a really cool pose that maybe I can use, maybe for something like this, like a back shot. It's kind of cool, right? So I know that in this animation, I can take this specific frame and save it and just use it like that, right? Or even this one like this. So pretty cool pose there, really nice. And so I'll spend some time looking for the animations depending on the needs that I'm looking for and what the scene that I have, if I need it to be jumping or running or walking or whatever the case may be, right? I could use the animation to pose my character in a way that is gonna work for my scene, right? And so once I found the animation, I can just go to download, and it would download like a regular FBX model or FBX file, and that way you can import that FBX into Blender. And so it will look something like this. So I have a couple in here already that if I press play on the timeline, you can see that there's some animation into some of these. And I did it with a few other models, right, like this. So this is like a walking model, and I have this guy running as well, right? But what I like doing, let's say that I have this animation here, right, and I can see, say, okay, maybe I like this pose in frame 62, or maybe this pose in frame 70. So I can grab here both of these. So this is the skeleton, animated skeleton, and this is my actual model. I can copy this. This is a very simple thing to do quick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Alt and P to unparent the mesh to the bone structure. And so I'm going to go clear and keep transformation. And you can see here that this bone, it has all these frames here. So I'm just gonna select them all and delete them. And I'm gonna go into my mesh, and you can see that I have a modifier that it's attached to the armature, which is the bone structure here. So I'm just gonna apply to that. And so now, if I move the skeleton, you can see that my model stays the same. So I can just delete that. And now I have a post, there's no animation, a post character. So now I can just copy this into my scene, whatever scene I'm working on, and I can actually just put it in there and do all the rendering and all that. So this is how I sort of post all these characters that you see here on all these different scenes that same way. And so that's a very useful, really quick, easy way that you can pose your characters if you have some. But again, it's just one way of doing it. All right, I hope that helps. Till the next one.